Alright, so this here is my poster. And first off, I want to talk about the review from last week with I Was Just Kidding. It was really helpful to learn about like what's harmless teasing versus hurtful language, and especially when the intention was sometimes teasing. Because like the teasing that's harmless is because like the two people have a relationship together. They have like a rapport. They both laugh about it and smile afterwards. It reminds me of an instance with one of my coworkers who I'm friends with and have known for a long time. And I'm also friends with this person's siblings, and I know their parents. And this person is late almost all the time, and I'm the person who picks up the phone at work, and they'll call. And they think that they're going to be 10 minutes late, and even when they think they're going to be late, they're just like kind of on time, pretty much. And I was joking one day after this person said, "Oh, I'm never late. I'm always on time," in all seriousness. And I looked at them and I was like, "No, you're not." And like we laugh about that, and it's something that we joke about now. But if I had said that to one of my other coworkers who I don't know very well, even if I was joking, then that could have been very hurtful if I said that, because they wouldn't have taken it as a joke. So that will bring me to my topic of school culture and bullying. I remember reading the article last year in Ava's elementary math series, and at first it was like I didn't have as much exposure to the topic at that point, so it was a whole lot of information for me to take in, but I feel like I'm starting to understand these kinds of issues more as I grow and mature. But I thought it was hard to find things on gender identity, because lots of times it just would mix it together. There's lots of data on sexual orientation, but I feel like that's becoming more accepted, but gender identity of being other than male or female, or identifying as not what your assigned sex at birth is still taboo to a lot of people. So up here at top was just data from the Transform worksheet. And I want to talk about more is down here. And I like the Transform worksheet. It was talking about like the intersections of different things. So the intersection of like race and sexual orientation and gender identity. And this Youth Truth survey had some more data about that. And one thing I was talking about in the school culture section, students who identify in another way other than male or female, only 16% of them have an opinion that their school culture is positive, and that's only half the amount of students who identify as female or male. And so I thought that was really interesting to look at. And there must be a reason that it's not positive. It's probably because they're being bullied. Over here, there is some data on schools with the majority of color students. And of the students who were of color, 30% have been bullied, and white students said that 37% of them said they were bullied. And the bullying rates for sexual orientation between both groups was pretty similar, 32% for white students and 31% for students of color. And both groups thought that they were bullied because of their gender identity. It was 20% of both groups. Now over here I did some math of looking at of all the students of color that reported being bullied, 9.3% of them said it was because of their sexual orientation, and I did some similar analyzation of the data over here.